Welcome back to another episode of Unpacking the Bag. We are a podcast where we talk about our bullshit, unpack it, and secure the bag. I'm your host, Mikkel.
And you have Candace.
And so today, Candace, girl, I'm tired. Very tired.
I think that's a running theme with a lot of us nowadays. Is just we tired. I'm tired too. Yeah. I would think because time changed already, and you would think with that extra hour, life would kind of. Yes, you got an extra hour a couple days ago.
Oh my God. And I'm this tired. Normally when you get the extra hour, it'd be like, oh, I feel rested. So you telling me I got an extra hour of sleep and I'm still this tired?
It appears so. I guess you weren't sleeping during that time. But I guess mom life, that will do it to you. Your days run together. Hours, days, months, years all run together until one day you're like, what the hell? How did all this time pass me by?
I'm so disappointed.
I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, we got an extra hour. So hopefully you can catch up on some rest soon. When is your next vacation?
I haven't planned a vacation. I plan on going back to Huntsville, Alabama for Thanksgiving. Zora wants a sleepover, so I plan on that being her Christmas present because she got so much toys. It's like, I'm not buying no more toys. I might buy like an educational game, another Osmo, something, because she like that. But she just had a birthday October. She got everything on her birthday wish list. So the people ain't even saved nothing for me to buy for Christmas.
That's a good thing, though.
It is. It's great. It's such a blessing. It's an overwhelmed gratitude for all of her family and friends who bought her something for her birthday. It's just the fact is, she'll come up with something else to buy. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not buying no more toys.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood for that.
Well, at least you actually worried about Christmas and trying to figure out these gifts. I have had Christmas on my mind for at least since September, actually. I've actually started trying to load gifts up and find things. But as time goes on, right? It's like, oh, well, Grayson can go ahead and play with this. Oh, Grayson can go ahead and play with that. All the Christmas presents that I started stockpiling. So at this point, there are no more gifts because the little boy done got them all. So
and that's why it hurts me to budget early. Not budget, but it hurts me to buy stuff early because I'm the same way. I'd be like, who keeping gifts till Christmas? Who hiding something till their birthday? Who? The discipline, that is it. The discipline you gotta have.
Yeah.
Because I don't got it. That's why I'm still fat. Can't lose no weight. Because I ain't got that kind of discipline. I'm working on it. But one thing links to the next. It is discipline.
Yeah, you're right. Discipline is a major factor when it comes to weight loss. But I wouldn't say that's the only reason why you're still fat, though.
You're right, because I just ate these animal crackers.
So yes, you're not making the correct choices in terms of your food habits.
Zora asked for these in the store the other day. And I was like, I ain't buying no animal crackers. Then I bought them. Now I eat it more than her. She don't even want them no more. She ain't interested. It's fine, because your mama eat them. They good.
I used to have a major love of animal crackers too, but now lately it's goldfish. I can sit and eat a whole bag of goldfish in one sitting within an hour of a TV show.
You getting the cheesy cheese ones, the mega cheese?
No, I am an original girl. Like, give me just the plain smeggler goldfish. And now I don't know where I've acquired this taste, but the whole grain one, I prefer that over just the standard.
Okay, acquired taste.
It's an acquired taste.
Baby, I don't like no pretzels. If I'm eating pretzels, I'm dipping it in honey. It ain't.
But it's not pretzels. It's still goldfish, just whole grain.
They're giving me very much blah, blah, blah. Give me some water.
I do have a whole thing of water next to me when eating it, though. For real.
There you go.
Believe it or not, I had goldfish. So if y'all see me like randomly start doing this, it's because I'm trying to get the goldfish from out the bag.
See, that's how I be with the animal crackers, but the animal crackers go down a little bit easier. Try you some.
Oh gosh. Anyways, because we have managed to get completely off topic, but before we get off topic,
Absolutely.
your earrings are super cute though. What do they
Oh,
say?
thank you, thank you. Black educators
Yes,
matter.
they do.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And I got these from Zenzele Consignment. They used to be a store in Huntsville. They used to have a brick and mortar. They actually just went completely, I don't want to say viral because it's not viral. It's what?
Virtual.
Virtual, right. So they're completely virtual now. It's great to support them because they are an African consignment shop. But in addition to you being able to get your traditional African garb, you can also support their movement to empower African American people so that we are free. Their whole movement is like the Uhuru movement. So, which means freedom. Tune into this LA consignment. It's awesome. It's amazing. And in addition to cute earrings, you're serving a purpose.
Okay.
Support.
I definitely need to check them out. I have not heard of them before. So definitely the link will be in the bio for you all to check them out as well.
Yes, yes, yes. So, girl, let's get back on track. What are we unpacking today, Candice?
Multitasking.
Mm, you said that so simply.
I do because it's very simple to multitask. Listen, in a typical day, I can probably do at least three different things at once. And I say it like it's a badge of honor. It's really stressful as fuck. But for real, multitasking is just a normal part of life for me. I feel like it's a normal part of life for all of us because something as simple as driving, we never just drive. We're doing something else. We're driving, we're on the phone, we shouldn't be sending a text, but we could be sending a text. We're worried about the kids in the back seat, trying to feed them or telling them to keep still. Like it's never us just being in the moment and enjoying things. It's always us multitasking. So I feel like this is very fitting for what is about to come upon us with Thanksgiving and Christmas.
It is. It's very fitting, and it is. Let's wait before we even get into the conversation. Let's just define multitasking because we need to be on the same page. Because some people be like, that's not multitasking, right? So the definition for multitasking is simply the performance of more than one task at the same time. So you could be doing parenting skills, parenting in multitasking because you're concentrating. Are you trying to concentrate on doing some work while you're also trying to make sure your baby ain't going over the stairs if they're crawling? So multitasking is very simple to do, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword. That's the same, right? Double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because even if you're multitasking, sometimes it can be doing you more harm to multitask than doing you being helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So you gave an example of how often you multitask,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're multitasking, why are you multitasking?
You know, that's a good question. There's really no reason why I should be multitasking because there's never really anything that's pressing that causes me to have to do two things at once. I think it's more so maybe an anxiety thing for myself because I know if it's on my brain, I need to go ahead and either write it down or handle the task at hand. So that way that's one thing off of my mental checklist. But in terms of me having to multitask, no, I never have to multitask. I can literally just be in the moment and do one thing and be good.
So you said it can be a mental checklist. So getting things down. So if you write it down, like instead of making it a mental checklist, if
Mhm.
you write it down, why can't you just go back and just be like, okay, yeah, okay. So like, for example, when I am in the shower, typically that's when my best ideas come to me. When I'm in the shower.
I
And
agree.
so I don't get out the shower and start writing stuff down. I will, hey Siri, write such and such down and keep showering, right? But why do you feel like you have to stop and then complete that task and then come back?
So I'm a double-edged sword within itself, right? there's a matter of me physically multitasking, and then there's a mental multitasking that's typically happening simultaneously. So that 3 to 4 things that I'm physically working on could also be 3 to 4 things that I'm also thinking about that's in no relation to the physical things that I currently am doing. So in terms of me, where the anxiety comes up is because it's like, oh dang, I ain't got time to really write this down. So it's literally a mental checklist that I have going on, but then I lose speed in actually doing what I need to do. So then now I actually have anxiety, even more anxiety, trying to handle the task that's in front of me. So really all of this is self-induced. It's nothing that I can't stop and say, okay, Candace, let's just focus on this one thing. 20 minutes, once it's done, it's done. If it's not, move on to the next thing and come back to it. So yeah,
Right.
there's again, it's all a mental thing with me, really.
So then if you're saying it's mental, then why you it sounds exhausting. If
It
it's
is
mental, why
exhausting.
you
It's very exhausting. Why do I continue to do it? Because that's the norm. I'm comfortable doing it, even though it causes me like stress and anxiety. I'm used to functioning that way. So it's just like, that's my norm. I know I need
But
to
if
make a
your norm
change.
is okay, because now I'm like, I'm coming at you because I'm like, but bitch, if your norm is dysfunctional, then why are you living in dysfunction? And I'm not saying it's not dysfunctional, but it's more so like, how efficient are you when you multitasking? If you say you multitasking and then like your speed slows down, like you were doing something, you was knocking it out, but then like you start slowing down because you're starting to exhaust yourself. You're starting to exhaust yourself mentally. You're starting to exhaust yourself physically. So to me, I hear like, yeah, I might have started off efficient, but now I'm just like, I may have gotten a task done. I may not have gotten it done. Why are you not trying to tackle it and be like, nah, bitch, stop
We'll
multitasking?
say as of can I I'm trying to toot my own horn, right? But as of maybe the end of October, I actually attempted to like really hone in on that. So I started utilizing my timer on my phone more. So it's like I literally set a block of time and like try and legit get that task done. So it started with something simple of like just doing my makeup and my hair to see how long that typically takes me in the morning. Um, and then I was like, okay, well, this is kind of simple. Like actually had time left over. So then I started using that in my work as well. So then it was like, okay, I'm really giving myself 30 minutes to get this project done. Once it's done, I can hit send and I'm done with it. So it's literally a battle for myself to even kind of like just slow down because I'm used to always being go, 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 go. So with me trying to center myself and really just hone in right then and there on that particular task, it's been uncomfortable. It's easy, but it's uncomfortable because I'm so used to like having a gazillion tabs open or a gazillion things that I'm doing at the moment.
Uncomfortable. So in education, I be talking shit about education, but it really do some good for me, right? So
Clearly.
in education, we will always tell our students, hey, you may have failed that test, but you may not have gotten the grade that you wanted, or you may not have done how you wanted to do. But in your failure, and it is not even failure, I hate that word. In that grade, there was some clarity, right? You learn how to study better. You learn how to, what material you needed to study more of. And what I heard you say just now is like, I'm uncomfortable, but I'm learning. And sometimes you have to make yourself uncomfortable in order to learn and to grow. I know that society puts a lot of pressure. I feel a lot of pressure to always be perfect, and
Mm-hmm.
not perfect in the sense that I'm always doing the right thing, but perfect within myself that I don't challenge things that are the norm, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't challenge what I, know to be true, what my mama always told me, what my grandma, you don't challenge those things. But if you're not challenging it and you just continuing to do it, it's like you continuing to carry on a bad habit just because it was the norm. That may not have been the best, that may not be the best norm for you. So I applaud you
Thank you. I appreciate it.
for challenging yourself and making yourself uncomfortable enough to know that, hey, I need to stop slowing down and multitasking. And I'm talking my shit, but bitch, I be
You
multitasking like a
guilty
mug.
too. You guilty of it too.
And I just don't know. Like I find that I have to multitask because if I'm not multitasking, then something won't get done. And the most that I multitask is with my kids. Like literally, I just finished pumping, and then I was like, we was about to pump and record because I can't not pump. I'm nursing. I'm exclusively pumping, y'all. So Amara is still drinking milk. She is 6 months. And so I'm still exclusively pumping. And if I miss my pumps, that's detrimental, right? So in this instance, I do want to record. I do have other stuff to do this afternoon. So I'm like, okay, well, Candace, we're gonna record and I'm gonna be pumping and recording. Like, make sure you can't hear the pump. So in that instance, I need to. But in some instances, I don't need to be multitasking. So another example of me multitasking would be I'm on the phone having a conversation and my kids may be asleep, Amar may be asleep, Zora may be at school. And instead of enjoying the conversation, I will be on the phone and I will be washing clothes. After I wash the clothes, then I will start folding the clothes. Then I will start cleaning the bathroom. Then I will just find all the house chores to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes multitask when you're on the phone, but sometimes you also got to recognize your friend may be talking to you about something important and you missing it because you multitasking.
True. Very true. I think we're all guilty in terms of being on the phone and multitasking because I mean, we feel as if that's a mindless thing, like we're just running our mouths. So yeah, I can get the clothes done. Yeah, I can actually fold the clothes or clean the bathroom or whatever the case may be. But at what point are we going to get to where we say, I really just want to enjoy this moment? Like I really just want to be in this moment.
And
Like, why is
engage
that so
in it.
hard for us to do that? Like, I know for me personally, it's a guilt thing. Like, I feel bad when I'm enjoying something or that I'm at a place where I'm just focused solely on that one thing because I feel like, oh, I'm neglecting something else. So, where does that come from in a sense? And
Learn
this is a
behavior.
running thought for me right now.
It's
Because,
learned behavior. It's as simple as that. It's learned behavior because it is guilt. It's guilt to say, oh, how dare you not be doing laundry and you sitting out on the phone? Like, how you dare you, God, you have all your house is a mess and you sitting down on the phone? But that's how, and I'm saying it like that because when I'm doing that, I hear and I see my mom's judgment. Like, I literally had Amara. I was pregnant. I went to work to the day of, right? I went into labor at work. My water broke at work. And I knew my house needed to be clean. I mean, the shower needed to be clean, stuff needed to be done. And I remember my mama saying to me, you knew you was having a baby. She may not have said it verbatim, right? But she was like, you knew you was having a baby. You didn't think that you needed to start cleaning up your house. And I didn't have a response because it's really like, yeah, I knew I needed to clean up my house. I knew it needed to be clean, but I
but at
also
what
was
point was you
pregnant.
going to be able to do it? Exactly. When was
And
you going to be able to do it?
I also was working and I still had Zora. So it's like, yeah, I knew it needed to be done. And I also thought I had more time, right? But that's always the conversation in my head when I am multitasking, when I am not multitasking, when I'm trying to enjoy a moment, it's like, nah, you enjoy this moment and then you ain't gonna do something else. Like you gonna leave your house nasty, you going to, neglect whatever it is. And it's trauma. I don't even call it trauma.
No, it's
It's
trauma.
learned
Call a
behavior.
thing a thing. Call a thing a thing. It's trauma because it's their projection that is now ingrained in you and now you're fearful of doing the exact thing that's going to cause you some type of relief and you not to have that anxiety anymore. That's trauma.
Yeah. So
Like trauma doesn't always have to be a physical thing. Like that's literally a psychological thing that you now have to overcome.
yeah. And I know if I had this conversation with my mama, she would be like, well, I didn't mean it like that. And so if she listening, Ma, no hard feelings, okay? This is look, let me do my
We love
disclaimer because
you.
I don't want her to come attack me, baby. I don't need a conversation about that, okay? It is okay. You didn't mean no harm. She actually cleaned the shower herself. Let me put that out there. She actually cleaned the shower herself, and I felt really bad that she had to clean my bathroom because that's not your dirt. I felt disgusted. So regardless of what, I when I'm multitasking, I immediately be in my head like, nah, you can't do just one thing. So it's causing me to never really feel like I am worthy enough of just watching TV
But
or
you
just
are
enjoying a
worthy.
conversation.
You are worthy. You are worthy of being able to relax.
We
You
are.
are worthy of putting your mind at ease. You are worthy of just being at peace. And that is a thing that we need to start doing
Normal.
for ourselves, is reminding ourselves that we are worthy of the very thing that we believe that we're not worthy of or that we lack, because we're causing more stress and producing more trauma filled moments on ourselves. And then what's going to end up happening is the very thing that we do not want to happen is we're going to begin to project our frustration and our resentment off on our kids. So like, yeah, just like this now, like your mama didn't mean no harm or whatever when she said about cleaning the bathroom, right? But I guarantee you, somebody in her past told her that same exact thing, like, oh, you got company coming. You ain't never supposed to have a dirty house. Like, why your house dirty and you know you had company coming over? Like, I know that is a running thing, especially within our community. Like, you never have the house dirty when you know that you're expecting guests. But if something coming up and I'm pregnant and I got a gazillion other things to do, guess what? Cleaning that bathtub didn't take precedence at that moment. So yeah, I am worthy of having a dirty bathtub at this current moment in time because I didn't have the energy or the space to do it before.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry, girl. We just talked about that, right? Sorry, not sorry. God damn, I'm sorry that you had to see. And then you know what? I was about to say some dumb shit. I was about to say, I'm sorry you had to see my house like this. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because I'm living in my house. My house
Exactly.
has 2 kids in it. We live here. Where did that come from? Where does that come from? Like,
Image. It's always that whole keeping up with the Joneses mentality. And that's the detriment that a lot of us have, is that we're always trying to pursue this image that nothing is going on, that we're perfect, that everything is in alignment, like we're not suffering, like we're great. Everything is great. When in reality, we struggling. Like down bad, real bad. But no, we want to put on a front. And that's the thing. That's what causes us to keep multitasking, because we're always trying to keep this running front going on. And for what?
right. That's the bottom line. For what? If you're multitasking for a reason, okay, identify the reason, identify if it's important. Do you actually need to multitask? And then to myself, and I'm saying this to myself, when you start to multitask, don't think you always have to continue to do it, because other people see you multitasking like that at home, at work, and then they start to take advantage. My
And there's that
husband,
boundary
my
being
husband.
crossed.
And I would even say he take advantage. It's like, oh, you can do that because you see me do it, but now I'm exhausted. I don't want to keep multitasking. But you showed them that that's what you could do.
Mm-hmm. And now they testing their limits with your boundary, which now is gonna cause even more resentment, and you gonna come off as being petty and projecting your anger onto somebody else because it's a need that went unfulfilled because you didn't want to multitask, but you felt obligated.
Yeah, I felt obligated and kind of needed to. Like it's some okay. Let's talk about some good examples of multitasking. So
Mm-hmm.
like you out in the streets with your kids, you paying attention to your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
You are also paying attention to your kids because you have to be observant of your surroundings because the world is crazy. Sex trafficking, all of that is going on. People just robbing and killing you for no reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
So multitask, definitely multitask. but don't multitask and be outside. And this is a pet peeve of mine, but I can't control what other people do. Is when you are out to an event, like a kids event. We just came back from a fall festival. And it's like hella people out there. And the kids are playing, but the parents are like coasting, like they like sitting out in their lawn chairs, not actively engaged, and maybe they are, but they all in their phone. And I'm like, girl, my phone don't even see me when we be at shit like that. Because I'm like, I might want to take a picture, snap, but I probably won't even take a picture or a video because now I got to see who's moving
You want to
around.
be
It's
in
part of that.
the moment. Like you're not enjoying the moment because you can't, because you have a fear there of something
Yes.
happening. But at the same time, it's like, okay, let me capture at least a little snippet of what should be joy for me at this time. But hell, you can't, because you still got other things that's still pressing in your head that's not resolved, because you never know what crazy is going to come at you.
Yeah.
But this reminds me of a TikTok that I saw in
Oh, girl,
terms
what you
of
see?
people, baby. It was okay. So it's a family, husband and wife, and they did a prank essentially on the grandma, right? And the grandma was supposed to be watching the child. Mind you, they have a backyard pool. So grandma, baby sitting at the pool. The baby is in the stroller and it's at the edge of the pool. And grandma sitting right next
I don't like this.
to right next to the baby in the chair. Now, what is able to happen is like beyond me, because grandma literally did not see her daughter come and take the baby out of the stroller, hand the baby off, put a doll baby in the stroller, right? And then took the baby back only to sit there and stand there for maybe all of 4 to 5 minutes before her husband like literally yanks the stroller into the pool. Mind you, this whole time grandma is head down in her phone, whole time. Never looked over, never looked up, nothing. Like literally just in her phone. And I mean, it's a thing where we're saying that we're multitasking, but really something is going to, a ball is going to be dropped. Like you're not giving your full attention to something. And in this case, grandma was not worried about the grandchild, because when he yanked that thing, like it was like flight or flight. Like she jumped up so quick, jumped in the pool, tried to save the baby. But ma'am, you wasn't doing your job in the very beginning because you called yourself
Wait now.
multitasking.
But now wait. Because she was in a safe space. Was they okay? I already don't like this video because I don't like them type of games. Don't play them
It
games.
is a game, and I feel like it was like something that it was a prank that they already had set up, so it wasn't like anything that was legit. Like grandma was already in on the joke, but it's just proof that a lot of times what we consider to be multitasking and doing aimlessly, like scrolling our phones, we think it has no detriment to anything, but in reality, it does. Like we are giving our full focus on the phone at that particular time and not focus on whatever the other task supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in my head about that scenario you just gave me because I'm still like, don't play them damn games. We was
That
in a
was
safe
pretty
space.
extreme. That was pretty extreme.
We was in a safe space. I shouldn't have to be worried about like somebody coming and pushing a baby into the pool. And I
To
know, like I
their
definitely know they was playing.
Yeah,
It
to
had to
their
be.
thing, it was like the stroller wasn't locked. So being that the stroller wasn't locked, and the baby could have like rocked, and then when they rocked back, that's when it would have went in the pool or whatever.
You see my face?
Listen, I'm just going by what the people was saying.
Yeah,
It's
them people is
TikTok.
full of
What you
shit.
expect?
I mean, I don't expect much from TikTok. I just don't like
It's
that.
entertainment value, but
It is.
it
It's
just
entertainment.
showed, it was a good example in that moment though, in terms of what we think we are doing in terms of multitasking and focus on
Right.
two things at once really ain't the case.
Right. You're right. Because even if we go back to my example about when you're on the phone and multitasking, like sometimes you need to kind of hear your friend out. They may be calling you because they're in need of, to be talked off that ledge. They may be in need of encouragement, and here you go multitasking. Like you literally are not engaging. So what message are you portraying to your friend? What message are you portraying to this person that I can't stop what I'm doing long enough to say, damn, I'm sorry, homie, and listen and engage to what you have going on so that I can either encourage you or say, just acknowledge what is going on to give whatever I have to give at that moment. I don't think that it is selfish to even ask that of somebody. Like, I'm calling you, and either be in a space where you can tell me, oh, now is not a good time, or if you telling me that you can talk, stop what you're doing and talk to me. Especially if I start off the conversation like, girl, I need some help.
That's a thing that I do a lot of times to people now is like, I don't say hello. If I'm calling you and we like on a personal basis, it's just, you busy? You doing something right now? Because if you tell me yes, I'm hanging up because I need your undivided. And if you're not able to give me your undivided, then I'll talk to you later. But that's now my first thing when I get on the phone with people. You busy? What you doing?
You do say that shit.
So.
And it's almost annoying because it's like, bitch, you just called me and I answered the phone. No, I'm not busy.
Yes, why would I answer the phone?
I know. I'm just saying in my head, that's what I want to respond. But it's like, no, I do be busy. But you still answer the phone because now you about to start multitasking.
Uh-huh. So see, now I think that whole like pre-starting of being focused in the moment in October is starting to really fall into other places in life now. I'm proud of myself. Look at me. Unpacking the bag is working.
Unpacking your shit.
It's working. All right, so we have to come up with some secure the bag tips for people, right? So we need to come up with some actionable steps for you all to be able to get out of that bind or need or obligation to feel that you need to multitask. So what I need you to do is that I need you to go over to Facebook and join our Facebook group, Unpacking the Bag. If you're seeing this on YouTube, the link is down below. If you're watching it anyplace else, guess what? The link is there as well. So definitely continue this conversation on our Facebook page, Unpacking the Bag. But of course, you can always leave a comment and any one of our platforms.
Thank you, guys. We enjoyed unpacking our bag, and we're going to enjoy securing the bag with you. Peace.
Deuces.